Everything you've been told about the Earth is incomplete, because they've hidden what lies beneath it. You were taught to believe in a solid, lifeless core, wrapped in layers of molten rock and science-approved certainty. But what if that version of Earth was only half the truth? What if, deep below the surface, there exists a realm untouched by modern chaos, a place of harmony, higher knowledge, and luminous energy? For thousands of years, spiritual traditions, ancient texts, and suppressed testimonies have pointed to the same thing, a hidden world called Agartha, not a myth, not a metaphor, a forgotten civilization said to dwell within the Earth itself, protected by mystery, shielded from corruption, and vibrating at a frequency higher than our world dares to reach.
Wait, what kind of person would believe this?
I believe in them!
I guess, bro.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to
Okay,
Theory.
Today we're addressing these little yellow guys. That's right, the minions. In the movies, the minions serve their evil master Gru, who does very evil things, such as stealing the moon. Now, you may be thinking, why would they serve Gru if he's so evil? Boy, do I have the answer for you. See, the minions' whole thing is that they serve the most evil person that's currently alive. This includes Gru, a T-Rex, and most importantly, Napoleon. As Google states,
Napoleon Bonaparte was a French military genius who lived from 1769 to 1821, who rose from obscurity during the French Revolution to conquer much of Europe, reshaping the continent through brilliant, rapid military campaigns, ambitious political reforms like the Napoleonic Code, and autocratic rule, ultimately ending in his defeat and exile. He was known for his daring strategies, administrative skill, and immense ambition, leaving a lasting legacy on law, governance, and military thought, despite his tyrannical tendencies and lust for power.
That lasting impact part is very important. When you leave a lasting impact, many people will take admiration in your work and want to be just like you. For example, my friend over here, Liam, admires Tina Turnbow. She has a very lasting impact on him. Looking back at historical records, Adolf Hitler, Austrian World War II dictator who ruled over the Nazis, greatly admired Napoleon and his works. During his only visit to Paris in June 1940, after the German conquest of France, Hitler made a point of visiting Napoleon's tomb at Les Invalides. He reportedly stood in contemplation for a long time, and accordingly to some accounts, later described it as the greatest and finest moment of his life. He also acknowledged Napoleon's military prowess and studied his campaigns, even comparing himself to the French emperor as a fellow foreigner who rose to rule a great nation and conquer much of Europe. As you can tell, he really liked this Napoleon guy. He also studied his works and strategies. You want to know one of Napoleon's biggest strategies in this time? It was the little yellow minions. As I've already addressed, the minions served Napoleon while he was conquering Europe and stood by his side. You may be thinking, where were the minions during World War II? Wouldn't they be with Hitler? No, they would not. Canonically, they were staying in an ice cave during 1812 to 1968, right after they failed Napoleon. And coincidentally, Agartha is in an ice cave in the Earth's core. Or maybe this isn't a coincidence. Just maybe the minions are the Agarthans. Hitler would have known about these minions from Napoleon's records. Yellow creatures with blue overalls. Because the minions can't die naturally, this would make them appear as some type of greater being who is superior to humans. This is also how the Agarthans were. This yellow and blue, well, there wasn't any pictures of the minions, so it was easy to assume that the yellow meant their white skin and blonde hair, and the blue meant their big blue eyes. This is where the idea of them having white skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes came from. Hitler knew that they retreated to an ice cave, so that's where he had to search for them. With something this powerful sounding, it's likely that the story was told exaggerated to add emphasis on their power. Maybe they were described as 6 foot, or maybe their ice cave was described as a massive one in the Earth's core. This would directly line up with the Agartha theory. from Hitler, who has no clue what the minions look like. The minions would be described exactly like Agarthans. This would get passed down to our view of them we have today. The whole time, Agartha and the Agarthans was Hitler's name for the minions in their ice cave. The minions have also existed for billions of years. Guess what? So have Agarthans. There's so many consistencies with them, which can only be explained as one thing. And that's the fact that the minions and the Agarthans are the same exact thing. This also explains why Hitler wanted to find them so bad. He knew how powerful they were for Napoleon, and he wanted the same power for himself. If we look at it like this, everything makes perfect sense. Agartha was made about the minions, and Hitler wanted to find them so bad so they could serve him and help him take over because they serve the most evil person in existence. But hey, that's just a theory. A Cade theory. Thanks for watching, and cut.